Why is the focus moving away from AI agents for now? Companies like Salesforce and Service made hard pivots to AI agents, however. The stark reality of AI agents is that the technology is not where it should be in terms of accuracy. If one looks past the marketing, hype, and the great prototypes and demos there are of AI agents, their accuracy is not yet suited for production, I think was partially biological. The warrants at 40 performance sits for that of 10% of that of human performance. The graph below from TheAgentFactory is an indication of where AI agents sit in terms of cost, steps, and success rate. Notice how the success rate is around 20%. These figures are the stark reality of the current situation. With the recent release of the OpenAI operator, computer use and web browser use accurate was reached of 30 to 50%, but this is still lagging below the 70% of human capability. And added to this, there are interesting studies on how AI agents with web browsing is susceptible and easy prey for attacks via nefarious pop-ups. There are two avenues for AI agents to perform tasks like humans. The one is via web browser web Voyager OpenAI operator, 𝗖𝗹𝘂𝗱𝗄. The second is via the complete GUI of the OS, Anthropic. These approaches makes use of the API as the API for the AI agents. Initial approaches looked at using individual APIs, but this is not practical due to the overhead of developing each and every API integration. Also, for many commercial applications, there exists no API. Why the focus on agentic workflows? Everyone is agreeing that modern knowledge work is broken, with various numbers being stated. One of the reports stated that workers spend 30% of their time searching for information. There is also a challenge for knowledge workers in answering complex questions and needing to synthesize information from various documents. Agentic workflows, as shown in the image below, for reasoning, allows and decomposing complex tasks into simpler subtasks and chaining these tasks together in a sequence. By executing this sequence, elements like observability, inspectability, and discoverability are introduced. The synthesis of data will become increasingly important. Agentic workflows for knowledge workers is one such example where work data and resources can be synthesized for the worker into one answer. Language model providers are moving away from only offering the model as such, but also extending into user experience. Deep research in ChatGPT is not a new model, but rather a new agentic capability within ChatGPT, which conducts multi-step research on the internet for complex tasks. It accomplishes in tens of minutes what would take a human many hours. This is also a good example of how disparate sources of data is synthesized to answer a user question. I feel this is something Llama Index coined, the idea of agentic our age, where the notion is that synthesizing data for an audience of one for a particular point in time will become important. In the coming months, there will be immense focus on personal agentic workflows, information synthesis, something you could call desktop orchestration. Reasoning and problem-solving. Modern AI models are increasingly integrating reasoning as a core feature, enabling them to tackle complex problems by breaking them down into manageable components. This shift is underpinned by an innovative approach that involves decomposing questions into smaller subsets, allowing the model to address each part systematically. By treating reasoning as an internal mechanism, these models can simulate human-like thought processes, enhancing their ability to provide accurate and nuanced responses. The decomposition strategy not only improves problem-solving efficiency, but also fosters greater transparency in how conclusions are reached. As a result, users benefit from more interpretable outputs, bridging the gap between advanced computation and understandable decision-making. Initially, users had to include reasoning traits in their prompt, instructing the model how to reason and decompose complex or compound tasks, and by giving examples via a few-show approach for the model to emulate. Organizations must shift their focus from fixating on specific tools or trends like those that once branded themselves as our age companies, prompt engineering playgrounds, and more, and instead prioritize solving real-world business challenges. The world is moving forward at an unprecedented pace, with new technologies emerging almost daily, each promising to revolutionize industries. But the true measure of innovation lies not in mastering the latest technology, but in applying these advancements to create tangible value. Whether it's improving customer experiences, streamlining operations, or addressing societal needs, the question remains, how can we leverage technology to deliver meaningful solutions? By adopting this mindset, businesses can future-proof themselves and ensure they remain relevant at ever-changing tides of progress.